Well, good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. We say hello and good morning. Here from Warrensburg-Latham High School, we are getting ready for the first of our two semifinals in our 7th grade Class 3A state volleyball tournament, here live on Central Illinois Sports in our partnership with the Illinois Elementary School Association. It's going to be the Chillicothe Mustangs, a record of 20 wins, 7 losses, and 1 tie on the season, taking on the Staunton Terriers, a record of 23, 1 and 3. Somebody's heading to the championship later on at 3:15 this afternoon. The loser of this match will come back for third place. That's scheduled to start around 2 p.m. You are watching the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll start telling you about these two teams and get you ready for the Final Four here today in Class 3A. Don't go anywhere. You're watching exclusive coverage of the IESA Girls Volleyball Championships here live on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
At Logan Agri-Service, we believe that every seed holds the promise of a thriving future. Our commitment to quality and excellence is as strong as the roots we help you grow. With decades of experience, our dedicated team understands your unique needs. From cover crops to premium seeds, we have it all. But it's not just about products, it's about partnership. We're not just sellers, we're your allies in growth, your consultants in success.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
We welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Pittsfield, Barry, Liberty, and Hannibal, here to help you with your lending and personal banking needs. Friendly service and dedicated loan officers can help you through buying a home, opening a business, or making a deposit. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Well, for the Chillicothe Mustangs, they had to scrap one out here in our opening quarterfinal of the day yesterday, able to get a 3-set win over Morris Saratoga, 18-25, 25-19, 25-17. 166 students in this school in grades 7 and 8. They are the smallest school in the field of 8 here this weekend at Warrensburg-Latham out of Peoria County in the Two Rivers Conference. This is their 15th appearance in the IESA State Finals and the first time since 2014 that this school has been in the Elite 8. Before then, the program had been a fixture in this state tournament, appearing 14 times between the years of 2000 and 2014. They will bring home their 10th state trophy to their school here later today, whether that is first or fourth yet to be found out. They have a state championship in 7th grade in 2009, and they have finished second 6 times overall in IESA State Tournament Series. This team really had to scrap out some things yesterday as they just had a really slow start against Morris Saratoga, and it's something they kind of say is a fixture here for this team. A little bit of a slow start, but after they get things rolling, they can really start to get some things together and get into their rhythm and into their system. They're not going to have a lot of opportunity for a slow start here today against a Staunton team that is really talented in the back row and has a couple of really nice hitters up front. So we'll have to see this Chillicothe team make their way with a strong start here today. This team's had to overcome a lot of sickness on the year. They had about an entire month where they had players out, and they've really just got back into their full rotation and full roster here right before the postseason, which is the best time to do it. They were a 3 seed in their regional and had to beat 2 teams they had previously lost to in the regular season to make their way even out of the regional bracket. This team began the season opening up with wins against Washington Beverly Manor and Washington Middle School. Had a tough battle against Metamora. They won the regional championship in 3, and they punched their way to state with a 3-set win over Sherrard in the sectional 25-9, 20-25, 25-18. We will step aside for another break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll tell you about the Staunton Terriers and their road to the Final Four. Don't go anywhere. You're watching IESA Girls State Volleyball action here live on Central Illinois Sports.
At Farmers State Bank, we believe in community, teamwork, and success. We're thrilled to announce that we've been named the best place to work in Illinois and the best community bank in America this year. Join us on this winning team where your dreams take center court at Farmers State Bank. We're a team. Discover the difference. The best place to bank, the best place to work. Because when our community wins, we all win. We're community, excellence, and opportunity.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that, it looks awesome, and then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show as we get you ready for our first semifinal of the day here from Warrensburg-Latham for this Staunton team. They had a little bit of a tough match yesterday against Paris Mayo, but they were able to win into 25-22, 25-23 to punch their ticket here to the semifinals today. This is a really nice team that we really liked to watch yesterday. A couple of nice attackers up in the front row in Lainey Weller and Chloe Jones. You'll see Haley Cummins get a few touches on the ball up in the front row as well. Averly Lamore is a really nice libero in the back row who's really able to dictate the pace in those back three. Sophia Ramirez, Penn Locks, and others really kind of help complement this team. You have a nice little server in the way of Audrey Podowski, and Lexi Sarantano helps out on the defensive side here for this Staunton team. 172 students in grades 7 and 8, a part of the 2M conference from Macoupin County. They rolled past Piasaw Southwestern in 2 games to open regional play, and they were challenged in the first games of the regional championship against Gillespie and the sectional against Pana, but they picked themselves up and easily won the second games of both of those matches to make their way to the Elite 8. It's the 17th time that Staunton has been in the IESA State Finals, dating all the way back to 1996. 7th graders won second in the state tournament last season. 8th grade squad brought home third. They've got 7 trophies overall, but still looking to take home a state championship for the first time here in school history. We will step aside for the playing of the national anthem. When we come back, it'll be starting lineups here from Warrensburg-Latham. You're watching exclusive coverage of the IESA Girls Volleyball Championships live on Central Illinois Sports.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470. Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already, he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their task. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Time to get you ready here for the starting lineups from Warrensburg Latham. Starting lineups brought to you by Farm and Home Supply. From snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs, no other place has it all like your local Farm and Home Supply. And hey, make sure to get yourself some extra snow melt because Mother Nature is not done yet with us here this winter. I promise you very much. Now it's time to get us ready for volleyball action here. Let's give you the starting lineups here for the Staunton Terriers. 23, 1, and 3 is Holly Weller's squad this season. They start this squad. Starting at setter, a 6th grader, number 2 is Sophia Ramirez. And an outside hitter, a 6th grader, number 3 is Penn Locks. In the middle, a 7th grader, number 5 is Leah Rhodes. A setter and outside hitter, a 7th grader, number 10 is Lainey Weller. And defensive specialist, number 15, a 7th grader, is Lexi Sarantano. Haley Cummins rounds out this starting 6. She's a middle hitter in 7th graders, wearing number 49. And the libero for the squad, a 7th grader, number 56, Avery Lamore. Just 2 6th graders on this squad, Sophia Ramirez and Penn Locks. The rest of them are 7th graders for Holly Weller's squad. Again, a record of 23, 1, and 3, making their way here into the Final Four tonight. On the opposite side for Ashley Kluge's Chillicothe Mustangs, 20 wins, 7 losses, 1 tie on the season. Their starting lineup looks like this. All 7th graders on the roster. A setter is number 3, Tegan Draper. On the outside, number 10 is Josie Draper. Another setter for this squad, number 13 is Ellie Wirtz. In the middle, number 18 is Tinley Moore. An outside hitter, number 23, is Olivia Scholl. And in the middle, the main attacker for this squad is number 33, Melody Jackson. A nice crowd has made their way here to Warrensburg-Latham for our first semifinal. We've got another one coming up right at 12:15. That's going to be Williamsville taking on Downs Tri-Valley in what should be a very good contest as well. Brian Shoemaker on the play-by-play for you here today, getting you through all of our action at Warrensburg-Latham. We remind you that you got access to all 4 classes here. Central Illinois Sports has crews at all 4 sites today. You can check out action at all 4 sites. Put one on your tablet, one on your TV, one on your phone. Keep track of everything going in. And if you're watching us today, we also remind you you're already locked in for next weekend's 8th grade tournaments. As we know, some squads have talented years, and they'll make their way into both 7th and 8th grade finals, and you're already locked in to watch those next weekend. Just find the playlist tab, and you'll be ready to go. Chillicothe had to scrap their way through 3 matches yesterday. Staunton faced a bit of a tough task against Paris Mayo, but they were able to win in 2. Staunton in the Road Maroons today with white numbers and letters and white trim around the jerseys. On the opposite side for Chillicothe, they're dressed in the whites with black numbers and letters, silver and red trim and accents on those standout jerseys. The officials blow the initial whistle. Teams will meet underneath the net to exchange pleasantries, and we get ready to go here for our first semifinal in Class 3A. It should be a fun one, and we're glad you're up early this morning with us. Hope you've got your favorite drink and maybe a tasty little brunch snack sitting beside you on your couch today. Things you'll want to see right off the start if you're both teams. If you are Staunton, you want to see that solid serving and attack up front to get things rolling for your offense. On the opposite side for Chillicothe, you want to be able to handle those serves. We saw a few times where they weren't really able to get that first pass up in the air very well, and they're going to need to do that and start off smoothly here if they're going to have a chance to move into the state tournament championship later on today. Starting off the game will be Sophia Ramirez for Staunton. She'll begin the serve here as we are underway in state semifinal number 1. In the middle, this is Moore. Her first attack up and over, and it hits the floor. A kill for Tinley Moore. And just like that, Chillicothe takes the early 1-0 lead here in the early going today. Serving first for Chillicothe will be Tinley Moore. Sends it into the back row where it's picked up by Lamore. They'll get a chance to attack here. It's going to be a back row attack now for Weller. And it's going to find the floor as not being able to chase it down was Josie Draper. First kill of the day for Moore. Or for Weller, excuse me. Serving now for Staunton. Pin locks. They get it up. On the opposite side, attack there for Tinley Moore in rotation. In the middle now, this is Weller. Nice dig out of the back row there for Chillicothe. Staunton gets another opportunity. This is Rhodes with it on the outside. Pits it over, and it's going to be right on the line. And a kill here for Leah Rhodes. Her first of the game, and it's a 2-1 lead for Staunton. Into the back row, Draper gets the set. On the opposite side, this is Josie Draper, gets blocked up at the net. Nice block on the play by Lainey Weller. It'll be a free play back over to Chillicothe. They try to set up Melody Jackson in the middle. They do. Now she hammers it down, but it goes a little far. It's an attack error and a point here for the Terriers. They're up 3-1 early here in game number 1. Sails way into the back row. That'll be a service error as that one cleared the line by just about a couple of feet extra. Tegan Draper will get the serve here for Chillicothe. 39 assists, 21 digs, 17 aces on the season for her. Lamore with a tough dig to keep it in play. It's going to be out of bounds, though, as Staunton not able to get the return over. Sails out of bounds, and now we're tied back up at 3. Running one-handed serve into the back row. Lamore digs it up. Now she'll have to give a free play back over to Chillicothe. Mustangs with an opportunity. They set up Jackson in the middle. She'll sail it out to the left side. It's out of bounds. And a point for Staunton. Cummins will come in. Lamore will take a seat for Staunton, and on the serve for the Terriers is Leah Rhodes, the 7th grade middle hitter. Into the back row. One and done back over the net. Staunton playing a little close to the tape. Nice dig. Nice dig from Tegan Draper to keep things in play as they send it back over on a play from Ellie Wirtz. Cummins sets it up to the middle. It's going to be a tip over for Lainey Weller as they dump it back over. They try to set up Jackson again in the middle. Gets blocked up by Weller. Over the back row, Cummins will give a free play back to the Mustangs. They set up Jackson again, and a nice little play there for Melody Jackson. We'll show it to you on the Northwestern Mutual replay. And they are getting Melody Jackson involved often and early here in this one. We are tied at 4 as Jackson picks up the kill. On the serve here is Josie Draper. Staunton a little out of system to keep it in play, but they're able to get it back over on the other side. They'll get it set up in the middle. This is Weller with it. Has trouble as it gets blocked by Jackson. Cummins will bump it back over. Chillicothe with an opportunity here. Coming up in the middle, Jackson gets met by Weller at the net. Josie Weller with a nice time jump to put it right back down. We'll show it to you here, and now it's a 5-4 ball game as Staunton with the lead and the serve. Audrey Podolsky will check in here for the first time for Staunton. She comes in on service in the back row and tries to extend this Terriers lead. It's going to be a free play over. Jackson will send it back over to the Staunton side. They'll try and set up Weller. She's able to put it down. And a nice job by Weller. That was a little bit, that is going to be a point as Jackson got the block on it. Sorry about that. A little bit of a tough set there. And Weller had to play it a little too close to the tape. She gets a nice attack on that one, though, and that one will find its way down in the corner. Another kill for Lainey Weller. 6-5 here in the early going as Weller will serve for the Terriers. The winner will move on to the state championship game, and that one really able to make its way down. It kind of sailed to the left and finds its way onto the sideline. It's a point for Staunton. Now they lead 7-5. Weller with the serve. Chillicothe trying to set up. It'll be a free play back over, and it's not even going to make it there as Tinley Moore didn't get a good read on it. Sends it out of bounds. It'll be a point here for Staunton. Chillicothe, this is Moore with it. Kicks it back over to the Terrier side. Attack up in the front row that time. That was Penn Locks. They send it in. Nice dig out by Weller. Cummins gives it over. Chillicothe has to get it back over. It'll be a free play back here to the Terriers. One and done for Staunton, though, that time. They get a chance to set up somebody. They set up Moore, and it's going to be a point here as they say that'll be a lift by Staunton. Checking in for the first time for the Mustangs, it's number 5 outside hitter Hensley Jackson, who was able to come in yesterday. She got some critical serves late in the game for this Mustang squad to help close things out, and that one's going to be just out of bounds. Very, very close, but we've got officials on the corners here tonight, and that's what they're there for. Avery Lamore with the serve here for Staunton. Gets it into the back row. Jackson will send it up front. It's going to be a free play back over for Staunton. Little dump off over from Sophia Ramirez. Chillicothe close to the tape. Nice play there from Tinley Moore to keep it in play. They'll bump up on the opposite side. This is Scholl with it. Staunton sets up into the middle. It's going to be Penn Locks. They try to get it into the middle. Here comes Moore again. Nice attack from Moore, but that one will go a little far, and it's going to be out of bounds on the attack error. Staunton leads 10-6 here on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. We're in game number 1. And that one from Lamore will sail out of bounds. The teams trade errors, and it's 10-7. Chillicothe trails, but they've got the serve here, as coming up is Olivia Scholl. Very positive and coachable, the coaches say Olivia Scholl is, and if you had a whole team of them, that usually leads to a lot of success. Draper's going to have to give a free play back over here to Staunton. They set up into the outside. That's going to be Leah Rhodes with it, and a nice kill for Leah Rhodes. We'll show that one to you here on the Northwestern Mutual replay. A nice set for Rhodes. She's able to put it down nicely, and Staunton is back up 11-7. Sophia Ramirez on the serve here for Staunton. Nice tap into the back row. They get it up. This is Moore with it. And her attack will go a little far and outside. It'll be another point for the Terriers. Staunton is doing a nice job of getting themselves set up. Some of the attacks here, maybe just a little bit off balance, not quite underneath the ball exactly where they need to be, and getting themselves out of bounds. And that one will be an ace there as Jackson not able to get a good hold of it. And Ashley Kluge will take the timeout for Chillicothe, and it's an Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too. Don't go anywhere. It's 13-7 in game number 1. Staunton with the lead. We're right back here in 30 seconds.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
Chillicothe takes the timeout. It's their first here in set number 1 as they trail 13-7 here. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We remind you, for the best internet experience available, that's Wi-Fi 6 and speeds up to 1 gigabit. Visit followthefiber.net to learn more. Staunton comes out of the timeout as Sophia Ramirez continues service here for the Terriers. And they make sure that everyone's in the right spot. Lexi Sarantano is in. Podowski is out for the Terriers. Serve comes in. It's going to be a dump over. A nice little quick play there from Tegan Draper. She's able to get the quick dump, and it's a point for Chillicothe as they catch the Terriers sleeping. And it's 13-8 now as Tinley Moore will serve for the Mustangs. Tinley Moore on the season, 48 kills, 16 aces. A really nice attack from the back row there from Lainey Weller. Chillicothe sends it back over to the Terrier side. Setting up in the middle. It's going to get blocked as Jackson was on it. Penlocks on the kill try. Jackson comes back with a one-handed slap and puts it right down. Nice play there on 2 occasions for Melody Jackson. Melody Jackson's had a really nice tournament here so far. With the serve, goes into the back row. Lamore gets it up on the first pass. On the outside, this is Rhodes with it. She can't handle it as it got a little close to the net. And it'll be a violation against Staunton. 13-10 now. Chillicothe trails, but they put together a couple of points here. Moore with the serve into the back row. They'll get the set on the outside for Rhodes. She'll tip it over. Nice dig there from Draper, but she couldn't get it high enough to play. And it'll be a point for the Terriers. Penlocks is on the serve now for Staunton. Into the back row. They look to set up Jackson here in the middle. They do. She sends it a little far. It'll be out of bounds on the attack error. They've gotten Melody Jackson involved quite a bit, and that's what they want to do here on the Chillicothe side. That one will be just out of bounds to the left. It'll be a point back for Chillicothe. And coming up to serve here again for the Mustangs is Tegan Draper. Substituting in for Chillicothe, Ellie Wirtz comes back in. Getting a seat is Hensley Jackson. On the outside, nice push over from Weller to keep it in play. Jackson on the attack try. 2 Terriers dumped down to get it, and now Weller couldn't get it up and over as she tried to just kind of get that running tip over. She was met by Jackson at the net, and it'll be a point here for Chillicothe. And it'll be out of bounds. Nice play there, and it's going to be a quick kill for Draper. 15-12, Staunton with the lead. Mustangs here with the serve. They try to get Weller on it. Weller didn't get a good set as she thought it was going to be a little more to the outside. She had to try and catch up to the net with it. And Holly Weller will take a timeout for the Terriers. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too. Don't go anywhere. It's state tournament action here on Central Illinois Sports.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
Staunton takes their first time out here in the first game. They've got 1 remaining, and so does Chillicothe. Draper continues the serve here for the Mustangs. Way to the right side. It'll have to be a free play back over as Locke sends it back over to the Chillicothe side. They set it up on the running hit for Tenley Moore. Back up to the net. Really tough play. And they say that'll be a 2-touch violation against Staunton. And it's back down to a 1-point game here. Jackson gets the tip. She'll get back on the attack. Gets met up by Weller. And Weller will dump it back over to the Mustang side. They try to get Jackson now. A little tough play here for the Terriers as Rhodes sends it back over. They set Jackson up for Chillicothe, and that one sails just out of bounds. And Staunton wins the point. They've done a nice job of setting up Melody Jackson. If she can find an opportunity to put a few of those down in the corner, Chillicothe is going to start to put together some points, as now it's a service error for Leah Rhodes. And the 2 teams quickly trade points as Lamore comes back in, the libero for Staunton. Serving here for Chillicothe is Josie Draper. Sends it up, nice diving play. Out of system is the Terriers, and they're going to lose the point on that one as they couldn't get the ball up to the front row. 17-16 our scores. We get the scoreboard updated for you. They get it in. It's going to be another tough play here. Sophia Ramirez not able to get underneath it. Staunton a little out of joint here. And Chillicothe now enjoying a 2-point lead here in game number 1. Running serve goes into the back row where it's picked up by Weller. They'll send it up. This is Locks with it, sending it over to the Mustang side. Bump in the middle. Set up for Jackson. Lamore on the dig. Right up in the middle, and now we're going to get another whistle, and they say that's another 2-touch violation as they are just not really getting right underneath the ball to get it set up in the air. And we'll get another timeout here from Staunton. It's an Adams Fiber timeout for top-notch computer sales that won't let you down when your computer goes down. Visit followthefiber.net to learn more. We're right back with you in 30 seconds.
Stotzi Automotive and Tire, located at 201 Adams Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is your local automotive repair shop. Whether you need an oil change, brake job, alignment, engine repair, or new tires, Stotzi Automotive is here with honest and competitive pricing. Call Reagan and his team today to schedule your appointment. 217-740-5010. That's 217-740-5010 for Stotzi Automotive and Tire.
Staunton takes their second time out here in game number 1. They're out of opportunities to stop play. Chillicothe still has 1 if they need it. Continuing the serve here for Chillicothe will be the outside hitter, Josie Draper. Sends it far into the back row. Lamore has trouble with it, and that's going to be an ace for Draper as Lamore couldn't get it. And it's going to be another quick point here. Chillicothe wins the race to 20. They were trailing just a little bit here. And they've put together a nice string of points now. They lead by 4. Podowski will come in for Sarantano. She'll be up in the front row on the opposite side. They send it into the back, and it's another ace right on the end line. Great placement there by Josie Draper. 21-16 our score here in game number 1. Into the back row. It's going to be Locke sending it over on the free play. Set up from Works. Jackson on the attack. Sends it right down in the middle. Another kill there, and Melody Jackson finds the groove. It is 22-16 as we show it to you here on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Back to live action here. On the attack is Staunton. A nice touch from Weller, but it's going to sail and go out of bounds. Really strong strike there from Weller, but it just goes a little too far. It's 23-16 here in game number 1. Sarantano will check back in for Podowski. Chillicothe trying to put game number 1 away here. Nice little student sections on both sides. Staunton's got some very loud kids, not as many as it's another ace for Tinley Moore, or for Draper, excuse me. And we have met game point here in set number 1. It's 24-16 as Chillicothe has really started to put some things together here late. But Staunton has fewer students in attendance than Chillicothe does, but you wouldn't know it by listening to them. Game point here for Chillicothe. Draper on the serve. Sends it up. Moore able to get it up in the air. Weller able to get it in the air. She tosses it back over. Chillicothe with a chance to put it away. This is Jackson. Nice block on the play by Weller. Cummins with it. One-handed, gets blocked by Jackson again, and that's how game number 1 ends as Chillicothe gets it 25-16 on the block from Melody Jackson. We will be back in 3 minutes as Chillicothe wins the first set. Don't go anywhere. You're watching IESA Girls Volleyball State Tournament action here live on Central Illinois Sports.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card. Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout Central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
It's time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams counties. Call 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Schumann and Emily Matthews at Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
GSI Grain Bins. Maximize your profitability. From the initial site to developing your custom grain storage plan to the completion of the project. Mixer Lumber Company. We will be with you every step of the way. Mixer Lumber Company, your trusted GSI grain bin dealer.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs, or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
We welcome you back here to Warrensburg-Latham as Chillicothe has won our first set here in our first state semifinal. Downs Tri-Valley and Williamsville will be our second semifinal coming up here for you at 12:15 scheduled first serve. Chillicothe wins 25-16. We told you they had to scrap one out in 3. They lost the first set yesterday, and now they have the one set advantage here as they will start off play here in the second. We will get the timeouts reset for you on the scoreboard as well. And we are underway here in set number 2. Big slap right off the bat from Penn Locks. That one's going to sail just a little bit too far, though, and Chillicothe will start out with the early 1-0 advantage. Loser of this match will return to play for third place later on today. That match is scheduled to start at 2 p.m. Locks has to free play it back over onto the side for the Mustangs. They will set up Jackson in the middle. She's met up at the net, and that one won't get over. Penn Locks was right there waiting for her. Ramirez will serve first here for Staunton in set number 2. Free play back over here for Staunton. On the outside, this is Rhodes with it. In the middle, on the outside, they'll set up Josie Draper. Really tough play as Lamore was trying to dig for it, but a really strong strike from Draper, and it's going to be a point for Chillicothe on the kill from Josie Draper. Serving now is Tegan Draper. Back into the row. Lamore gets the first pass up into the front, dumped back over by Ramirez. Jackson sets into the middle. It'll be a free play back for the Terriers. They try to set up on the outside. It's Rhodes with it. Nice strike and a dig out by Olivia Scholl. This is Jackson. Doesn't get underneath it very well, and she doesn't get a good touch on it. And Staunton will win the point. We are tied at 2 here in the early going. For the Staunton team, they've had some tough challenges this season. One of the toughest, they said, was beating that Bunker Hill opponent, which is in their conference and always a tough team. They say they sometimes end up splitting conference championships with them, but they were able to get the win this season and a big notch in their belt, and they'll win that point as Chillicothe not able to get the volleyball back over the net. And it'll be a service there as Locks didn't get it up in the air very well. We are tied at 3 in the early going as Josie Draper will serve here. She and Tegan Draper are twins as that one sails a little bit out of bounds. Staunton gets the point. One of the big role players on this squad is Josie Draper. We've seen her do a lot of action in the front and back rows here for the Mustangs. Leah Rhodes serves for Staunton. Sends it into the back row, Draper to Draper, and now Wirtz is going to have to free play it back over for the Terriers. They set up Weller in the middle. She gets met right there by Melody Jackson. A nice play by the Chillicothe defense. And we are tied at 4. Lamore will re-enter here as libero for Staunton, and serving is Melody Jackson. 61 kills, 15 aces here. And we say some of these stats for Chillicothe, most of those they started getting at about midway through the season, we are told. That service will not make it over the net, though, and it'll be a point for Staunton. Podolsky checks back in for the Terriers. She will serve as Sarantano will get a seat. Wirtz sets it up into the middle. This is Moore with it. Gets tipped from Weller. Now Ramirez will bump it back over. Right up at the Moore. That was Moore. Nice block on the way from Delaney. Weller will show it to you here on the Northwestern Mutual replay as Weller able to get up and meet the challenge. And it's 6-4 here in game number 2 for Staunton. Into the back row it comes. Draper sends it up. This is Moore on it. She was a little bit in front of that one, kind of leaning backwards to get that strike, and it goes into the net. Staunton now with a 3-point lead here in game number 2. They set it up on the outside. This is Haley Cummins. Diving for it was Jackson, and a nice kill for Haley Cummins. And Staunton doubles up the margin early. It's 8-4. Haley Cummins doesn't get up in the air very much on her kill attempts, but she's got a really strong swing. This is Scholl with it. Sends it into the back row and finds the corner. Nice placement from Olivia Scholl to get the point. And Chillicothe will get the serve back. Hensley Jackson will check in. Ellie Wirtz will hit the bench for Chillicothe. On the opposite side, Sarantano and Podolsky exchange. Hensley Jackson, one of the utility players on this squad, has a pretty nice serve. Dumps it right back over. Scholl with it. This is Moore. Sends it over to the Staunton side. Cummins again with it. Sends it into the back row. Dug up there by Jackson. They'll send it back up. It's going to be a tough play. Draper gets it up in the air, but not just enough to get over the net. Staunton will win the point. Lainey Weller on the serve here for Staunton, one of the 4 big leaders on this team. Holly Weller says, you know, we don't really have an MVP. We've got about 4 of them. They all play together really well. Teams tip the volleyball back over the tape. This is Cummins with it. Blocked up by Moore, but she was just a little too far away from the net, and it goes right down in front of her. It'll be a kill for Cummins and a point for Staunton. Jackson gets it up. It's going to go back over to the Staunton side. Trying to get underneath it was Penn Locks. And a little bit of a misplayed ball there will give the point to the Mustangs as Olivia Scholl steps up to serve. 29 digs, 5 aces for Scholl in the second half of the season. They get it up. Cummins in the middle. Attacks. Nice play. Dug up by Jackson. Jackson, and now it's going to be Moore sending it over. And a tough play there as Sarantano had to dive to get it up in the air, but Staunton not able to get the second touch on it. Mustangs will get the point. They trail by 3 here in set number 2. They won the first. Scholl with it. Sends it into the back row. They get it up on the far side. It's going to be Locke sending it over, and that's going to find the floor as Hensley Jackson thought it was maybe going to sail out of bounds or thought Melody was going to get it, and instead it finds the floor, and Staunton gets the point. Leah Rhodes comes back in for the Terriers. Avery Lamore serving here for Staunton. On the outside, they try to set it up for Josie Draper. She has to bump it over to the Terriers side. This is Rhodes with it. Her attack goes far. Crowd slowly starting to file in here for Downs Tri-Valley and Williamsville. That'll be our 12-15 scheduled semifinal as Draper puts it in the air. Lamore passes it up to the front row. It goes into the back, and now there's going to be a violation. As I say, it was a double touch there for Staunton. Lamore sends it back over, quickly tapped down by Josie Draper, but that one sails out of bounds. Draper thought she would get the quick tap on it as it came right back over the net. Instead, it'll be out of bounds and a point for Staunton. Ramirez back on the serve here for the Terriers. Sends it into the back row. Jackson gets it up to Draper. Moore will place it back over on the Staunton side. Setting up in the middle, this is Penn Locks. Dumps it back over. They try to set up Jackson in the middle. She does, and it goes out of bounds just short. And Melody Jackson has had about 5 of those now that have just went about probably a foot or 2 past the end line. 13-9 our score here in set number 2. And that one will find its way into the net. It's a service error. Mustangs will get the serve back as Tegan Draper will step up. Ellie Wirtz will come back in for Chillicothe. And Hensley Jackson will make her way to the bench. And a nice early serve there. It's going to be an ace for Tegan Draper. Draper serves it into the back row. Lamore has to get it up. A little off balance on that first pass. Staunton had to scramble. They couldn't get the ball back up in the air, and it's now 13-12. Chillicothe kind of, as we played out here in the first game, starting to make a run midway through this set. They set the ball up to the middle for Jackson. That one's going to sail just far again, and Melody Jackson just a little bit frustrated at this point. Teammates trying to encourage her, says it's all right. Into the back row it goes, and that serve will be a little bit far from Penn Locks. 14-13 as we exchange points here quickly, and with the serve again for Chillicothe is number 10, Josie Draper. And that one will fall short. Haley Cummins will come in for Staunton, and serving for the Terriers now is Leah Rhodes. Close to the net. Wirtz really has trouble playing that one. as that first pass just really got up into the net. Wirtz did her best to keep it back in, but couldn't get a hold of it. 16-13 our score here now. Leah Rhodes on the serve for Staunton. Jackson will put it over. Trips over Weller's hands, and they say that'll be a violation, as they say it was a lift there on the touch from the Terriers. Melody Jackson back here serving for Chillicothe. Her team trails by 2 in set number 2. Nice little dump over from Ramirez. Moore got it back over. Terriers have an opportunity. This is Cummins. Really quick touch from Cummins. Nice smart play. Cummins has to put it back over again. Draper over to Wirtz. They set up in the middle was Moore. A little bit of a scramble here. Chillicothe's got to keep it in play, and they do on a nice play from Ellie Wirtz. Cummins, free play back over to the Mustang side. Jackson up to Wirtz, and now this is Draper. Back row attack, sends it in. Lamore has to pass it back up to the front row. Weller sends it back over to the Mustang side. This is Moore with it, and they say that's going to be a little bit of a lift, kind of a lift throw, call it what you will. And it's 17-14 as Staunton wins the point on a nice volley between both teams. Podowski checks back in for Staunton. Serrentano gets a breather, and Podowski will serve here. Staunton trying to extend this to a third set. Nice diving play from Josie Draper to keep it up in the air. This is Cummins with it, and a nice kill for Haley Cummins, We'll show you that one again here on the Northwestern Mutual replay as Ashley Kluge wants the timeout. It's Staunton 18, Chillicothe 14. You've got more coming up your way here in 30 seconds.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their task. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
Taking the timeout was Chillicothe. It's their first. They have trouble handling the serve there, and they end up losing the point. It's now 19-14 here very quickly in game number 2. Podowski on the serve for the Terriers. Sends it into the back row. Wirtz sends it up. It's going to be a back row attack there for Jackson. Terrier set up in the middle. This is Weller. Nice attack dug out by Melody Jackson. In the middle now, it's Tenley Moore. Back row dug up by Lamore. On the outside, Cummins gets an opportunity out. It gets blocked. Nice block there by Tenley Moore as Chillicothe gets a much-needed point. It's now 19-15 as Hensley Jackson will check back in for Chillicothe. She'll be setting up to serve for the Mustangs. Winner moves on to our 3:15 state championship game later on today. We'll have that one for you, of course, here on Central Illinois Sports. Cummins sends it into the back row. Jackson gets it up in the air. Moore couldn't get the handle on it, though, as she was diving for it. And Staunton wins the race to 20 here in set number 2. Serrentano checks back in for Staunton. Lainey Weller will serve for the Terriers. They set up Tenley Moore in the middle. Dug up by Lamore on the opposite side. She'll have to send it back over to the Chillicothe team. They set up on the outside. This is Olivia Scholl with it, and she can't get it over the net. It's an attack error and a point for Staunton. 21-15 our score here in set number 2. Jackson with the first pass, a little too strong though. It's going to find its way into the needle and out of bounds. And Chillicothe will take their second timeout of the set. It's an Adams Fiber timeout. We'll take it too. Don't go anywhere. We're right back your way here in 30 seconds.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064.
We will get you back here to live action as Chillicothe took their second time out of the set, and that one is going to go far as Haley Jackson tried to get it back up front. Instead, it goes out of bounds. Staunton 2 points away from forcing a decisive set 3 here. Into the back row, Jackson gets it up. This is Draper. Tinley Moore with the attack. Into the middle, Penn locks with it. Sends it up. It's going to be a set as Draper pushes it back over. They'll set up Cummins on the left side. Gets blocked by Moore. Nice block by Tinley Moore. Staunton able to keep it in play. Lamore sends it back over. Mustangs with an opportunity. Back row attack here from Josie Draper. Into the back row, dug up by Lamore. Cummins again. Sends it back. Nice dig by Hensley Jackson. Nice volley here so far from both teams, and that one's going to go into the net, and Chillicothe will win the point as the pass up from Avery Lamore just got a little too close to the net that time for comfort. Olivia Scholl on the serve here for Chillicothe. They need to string together some points and fast. Cummins with it. Nice attack. Jackson digs it up front to the net. That's Moore slapping it over. Cummins on the attack. Into the back row. Nice kill there for Haley Cummins. And it is set point coming up here for Staunton on the kill from Haley Cummins as she found an open spot in the back row. Serving for set point, this is Avery Lamore. They set up outside. Draper has to just tip it back over. Opportunity for Staunton here. They'll give it back to Chillicothe instead. They're going to try and set up on the outside. It's Josie Draper on the attack. Dug up nicely by Sarantano. In the middle, Lamore will send it back over to the Chillicothe side. Trouble from Jackson to Jackson. Now it's a tough play as Moore is going to go into the net, and that is going to wrap things up here in game number 2. Staunton wins 25-16. We're going to set number 3 to send somebody to the state championship here later today. Don't go anywhere. We've got set number 3 coming up your way in 3 minutes here on Central Illinois Sports.
Pressures on You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Pressures on You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Pressures on You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy.
Oh, boy.
Not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
So many flavors of dew. I am thirsty. I must get the dew.
Cut! He's hypnotized again!
Do the dew.
Today's halftime show is brought to you by Little Jess Motor Company. Warmer weather and topless, doorless adventures are right around the corner. Stop out to Little Jess today to check out our large selection of Jeep Wranglers. We currently have 15 Wranglers in stock and many more on their way. Right now, you can drive a new 2024 Jeep Wrangler 2-door Sport for only $499 per month with absolutely zero down. Is a 4-door more your style? Drive a 2024 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport for only $599 per month with zero down. Little Jess, serving the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Game Masters is your headquarters for all your hunting gear. We have more than just camo hunting attire. Come check out our casual lines of Sitka, Under Armour, North Face, Columbia, Drake, and more. Pursue your prey with these off-road Quiet Cat bikes from Game Masters. Easy to transport and perfect for your next hunting adventure. Game Masters, we're passionate about the outdoors.
We welcome you back here to Warrensburg Latham, where we are going to a decisive third set here in our first state semifinal between Staunton and Chillicothe. And what's been a really fun matchup here so far. The two teams flip-flop scores in sets 1 and 2. It's 25-16 in favor of Chillicothe in set number 1. Staunton picks up the set 2 win, 25-16. Terriers will get the first serve here, as they kind of feel pretty confident right now. They came into the huddle in between sets, and they were very energetic. Holly Waller got her team pretty fired up, and we'll see on the opposite side how Chillicothe responds after losing the second set. Into the back row, it's a back row attack from Melody Jackson. Lamore with the first dig and pass. They send it back row, and it's going to be attack from Weller, and a nice attack there from Laney Weller to get things going. Staunton takes the early advantage here in set number 3. Nice serve into the back row. They set it up into the middle for Moore. That one way too close to the net there, and Penn Locks had to try and chase it down. Couldn't get it back up in the air, and it'll be a point here for Chillicothe. Tinley Moore will serve first here for the Mustangs in set number 3. Sends it into the back. Lamore gets it up to the front row to Sophia Ramirez. This is Rhodes with it. Her shot will sail a little far, and it'll be an attack error and a point for Chillicothe. Chillicothe's had some tough roads along the way here. They've had to beat Metamora in 3. That's always kind of a big nemesis there for the Chillicothe folks. And a big, big rival for them, and they were able to pull off that one in 3 after losing to them earlier in the season. Draper sends it over. This is Staunton on the attack now. They get it to Locks. Nice strike and a really nice dig from Tinley Moore. Melody Jackson sends it over. A nice dig from Avery Lamore. Locks again with it. Dumps it back over. Chillicothe with an opportunity. This is Josie Draper. Tips it back over. Staunton out of system. Just has to give it back to the Mustangs. In the middle, it's Melody Jackson again. Another nice dig from Avery Lamore. What a tournament she has had so far. Into the back row. It's going to be a standing attack there for Tinley Moore. And Moore will get the kill as the first pass didn't get far enough. And it'll be a point for Chillicothe. Into the back, they send it up. And the shot from Rhodes is going to go far. Now Staunton stumbling here just a little bit in the early going, as Abby Smith will check in for the first time today for Staunton, a 7th grade middle hitter wearing number 48. She's set up in the middle on the front row right now. Moore continues the serve, and it goes back. Lamore gets it. She had a little trouble with it as she had to run to catch up with it. And it'll be an ace for Tinley Moore and another point here for Chillicothe. They set up in the middle. Penn Locks, free play back over for Chillicothe. Jackson with it. Off balance attack. Jackson on the set. This is Draper with it. Nice dig by Sarantano. It'll be a back row attack for Avery Lamore. Dump back over from Draper. Staunton on the attack now. This is Abby Smith with it. Her attack goes far and out of bounds, and Chillicothe now leading 6-1 here in our decisive third set. Holly Waller wants a timeout. It's an Adams Fiber timeout for the fastest internet speeds available. That's Wi-Fi 6 and internet speeds up to 1 gigabit. That means you'll never buffer while watching Central Illinois sports. Visit followthefiber.net. We are back with you here in 30 seconds.
Go team, go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Staunton takes the timeout. It's going to be their first here in set number 3. And while our two teams make their way back to the court, we remind you about our good friend Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank. See Damon for your next home, auto, or residential loan need. Give him a call at 217-285-4404 for Damon Emmerich at Great Rivers Bank. Back underway here in set number 3 as Staunton took the timeout. Tinley Moore continues service for the Mustangs. Sends it over. Far on the right side now. Tough play there for Ramirez, and Lamore will send it back over. Jackson on the set. This is Josie Draper. Tips it back over to the Terrier side. Smith with it. She'll push it back over. Nobody really getting a good set here yet. And it doesn't happen there as Draper had to send it back over. Smith tips it over. Picked up by Draper. That's Tegan Draper. And that one is just going to tickle itself over the top of the tape, and a tough play, and Tinley Moore gets it. We'll show it to you here real quick on that Northwestern Mutual replay. If you're Chillicothe, it's one of those you kind of take a quick breather at. If you're Staunton, that's the most frustrating play in the game. Rhodes will come back in for Chillicothe, and taking the seat will be Abby Smith. That one's going to go out of bounds as Staunton doesn't get a good first pass on it. And all the momentum that the Terriers had here at the end of set number 2 is quickly withered away as Chillicothe is back up here 8-1. Moore with it. Sends it into the back row. Tough play there for Weller. It's going to be an ace for Tinley Moore. And it's 9-1, and Staunton is going to burn its second timeout. It's another Adams Fiber timeout. We'll be right back with you here in 30 seconds.
At Logan Agri-Service, we believe that every seed holds the promise of a thriving future. Our commitment to quality and excellence is as strong as the roots we help you grow. With decades of experience, our dedicated team understands your unique needs. From cover crops to premium seeds, we have it all. But it's not just about products, it's about partnership. We're not just sellers, we're your allies in growth, your consultants in success.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play, or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Staunton takes the timeout. It's their second here in game number 3. And the service will go a little bit far. It's going to be an error and a point for Staunton. A much-needed point here for the Terriers, as they trail now 9-2. Emma Fernandez will come in here, 7th grade defensive specialist. We did not see her at Y'all yesterday in the quarterfinal, if my memory serves me right. She checks in for the first time here to serve for the Terriers. Left-handed serve goes into the back row where it's picked up by Scholl. This is Melody Jackson with it. Nice touch for Jackson. She gets it past Weller, and that's the type of attack that she's been looking for all match long here, as we show it to you again here on the Northwestern Mutual replay. A lot of them have been far. She gets up high on the ball that time, sends it right back down, and Chillicothe gets a big point. Weller sends it quickly back over to the Mustang side. They set it up into the middle. Jackson on the runner. On the outside now, this is Leah Rhodes. Free play back to Chillicothe. Tough play, though. And now they're out of system, and they're going to lose the point there as they couldn't get it back up to the front row. Staunton will get the point, and they trail 10-3 here in set number 3. Cummins will come back in. Avery Lamore will get a breather. She has played a fantastic match. Rhodes with the serve. Into the back row. Picked up by Moore. Now Jackson. Now it's going to be a free play over, and sending it way up is going to be Scholl, and they say that it touched the top of the carpet there. As there's a dividing line here in this large gymnasium if they need to split it into 2 gyms, and the officials say that it did touch that carpet up hanging high above us. You can't see it on your screen. Nice kill down from Weller. Dug up nicely by Tegan Draper. Jackson pushes it over. Little tough play there. Staunton's got to make a big play on it. They can't. Rhodes got the first touch on it to even keep an opportunity for Staunton, but they'll lose the point. And it's 11-4 now, as serving for Chillicothe will be Josie Draper. Chillicothe's got a couple of junior high schools. The other school, Mossville, is playing in the 2A here also today. Jackson with the attack. She was a little off balance there as that set from Wirtz didn't get very high. It goes into the net, and Staunton will get the point back. Audrey Podowski will check in for the Terriers. She'll get the serve here. It's 11-5 in set number 3. Staunton has burned through both of its timeouts already. Serve goes over, and it's going to sail to the left. It'll be out of bounds on the error. Chillicothe starting to pull away here little by little, as on the serve is Melody Jackson. That one will sail into the net. It'll be at an error. And Lainey Weller will look to put together a run here for Staunton. Into the back row. Dug up by Draper. Jackson has to chicken wing it back over. Nice play from Melody Jackson. Into the middle, Locks has to dump it over for the Mustangs. Into the middle, this is Moore. Ramirez sets up Cummins on the left side. She can't get underneath it well, and it'll be an error. And Chillicothe gets another point here. They're up 13-6. Hensley Jackson will check back in for Chillicothe. Wirtz will get a breather. Jackson on the serve. Gets it up, picked up by Locks. It's going to be a tough break, and Staunton not able to chase that one down. Went a little more off the fists of Locks than up on the forearms, and not a great first touch, and it'll be a point here for Chillicothe. 14-6 our score. Sarantano will come back in for Podowski on the back row. Nice serve from Jackson. Tough to play here for Staunton. A little out of system, but they're going to get back into it. Chillicothe with an opportunity to attack here. They set up Moore. Nice dig from Sarantano. Weller gets it back up to the front. Lamore will have to push it back over. Draper tried to quickly dump it back over, but Sarantano was ready and waiting. Nice try from Locks. Nice swing. Dug up from Josie Draper. She'll push it back over. Opportunity here for the Terriers. This is Cummins. Nice hit into the back row. Pushed up into the air by Melody Jackson. Tough up to the net. Locks won the joust, but we're still under play here. A really nice volley by both teams on this one. And a kill from the back row there from Lainey Weller. We'll show you that one here to end up this rally on the Northwestern Mutual replay. Gets the set from Sarantano. Back row attack finds its way down to the floor. 14-7. Chillicothe up by double the margin here. Jackson barely gets that one over. Dug up nicely, though, by Leah Rhodes. Weller will push it back over to the Chillicothe side. Draper sets up in the middle for Tinley Moore. Into the back row to Sarantano. She can't handle it, and Chillicothe will win the point. Olivia Scholl will serve here next for Chillicothe, trying to push her team into the state championship game later today. And a nice serve and a tough play there. Lamore just about a step behind of where she needed to be to get her arms underneath it. And it'll be 16-7 the score here for the Mustangs. They've got the lead in the serve. Weller with it from the back row. Sends it up, dug up by Scholl. This is Josie Draper on the far side. And it's going to be a little tough there as Ramirez didn't get underneath it well. And it's 17-7. Chillicothe with a 10-point lead here in game number 3. Weller sends that one into the net. Staunton reeling here just a little bit. Just feels like they've kind of got out of their game here from what we've seen in 4 other sets in this tournament so far. Ramirez pushes it up. This is Rhodes with it. Nice attack in the back row as Jackson picks it up. It's on the outside. Josie Draper dumps it off. Into the front row there. Locke's got a quick touch on it. Picked back up by Jackson in the back row. Lamore sends it up to Ramirez. She'll dump it over for Chillicothe now. In the middle, it's Tinley Moore, and a big kill from Tinley Moore, as Weller wasn't able to get to it quick enough. A really great point there for Chillicothe. They're up now 19-7 here in game number 3, as you see it on the Northwestern Mutual replay. Abby Smith will check in for Staunton. Serving for Chillicothe is Olivia Scholl. Sends it far left. That's going to be out of bounds on the service error. Staunton gets a much-needed point as they trail by 11. They've got to get a rally here put together and do it fast. We'll see if Sophia Ramirez has what it takes for the Terriers. Crowds waiting in here at both entrances from Williamsville and Downs Tri-Valley in a little bit to get in. And it's going to be another point there as Sarantano got caught as the ball went behind her. Tried to chicken wing it back up. It didn't get a good touch on it. And Chillicothe wins our race to 20 here. 5 points away from the state championship game as Podolsky comes back in. She'll be in the front row now as Sarantano gets a breather for Staunton. Tinley Moore on the serve for Chillicothe. This is Smith with it. Into the back row, got bound by Scholl. Melody Jackson, nice strike, nice dig by Lamore. Smith again, she'll dump it off, gets blocked by Jackson. On the opposite side is Josie Draper, and it's going to be a point for Staunton. Thought maybe one of the Terriers might have got a hand on it, but they don't. And it'll be a point for Staunton. They've got the serve here. They'll send Emma Fernandez back in to serve here for the Terriers. 20-9, our score here in set number 3. Things got eerily quiet here in this gym. They send it up. Melody Jackson attacks from the front row. Tries to get the dive as Podolsky couldn't get underneath it in time. Nice strike from Jackson. She's really started to come along here in game number 3 as you saw her struggle a little bit early with that attack in the early parts of this match. Wirtz comes back in for Chillicothe. Penn Locks comes back in for Staunton. And with the serve here is Tegan Draper. Weller with it, tries to get the running attack, was moving left, tried to swing with her right, and that's never a good combination. It's point Chillicothe, 3 points away from the state championship game. They go into the back row. Lamore passes it up front. Ramirez to Smith, dumps it into the back row. Tough play there. Nice play from Abby Smith as she made things a little difficult for Tegan Draper. Terriers back on the attack here. They trail by a dozen. Cummins will check back in for Staunton. Jackson will put it into the air. Smith passes it up. This is Ramirez. And they'll find Weller, who attacks it back over. Jackson's got a run for it. She goes up against Weller. Still in play. Cummins off balance. Her attack no good. It goes out of bounds. And now Chillicothe 2 points away here from the state championship game. 23-10 our score here in game number 3 as Leah Rhodes will check back in for Abby Smith on the Terrier side. Josie Draper with the serve here for the Mustangs. And it's going to be over as Staunton wasn't ready for that one. They were trying to play close to the net. It just kind of fell off the tape there. Now it is match point for Chillicothe, 24-10. Draper with the serve. Lamore's got to get it up to the front row. Weller will have to be a free play back over to the Mustangs. Wirtz on the set. Here comes Jackson. This is Weller. Laney Weller can't get it over the net. Met up there by Jackson, and that's going to wrap up this one. Chillicothe will advance to the state championship game later on today. It'll be the 8th time in school history that Chillicothe will play for a state championship, and it'll come here in 2024 in the 7-3A state tournament as they win 25-16, 16-25, 25-10. Staunton will fall to 23-2-3, and they will return at 2 o'clock in our third place contest. We'll wrap this one up very quickly and get you ready for our second semifinal. You're watching exclusive coverage of the IESA Girls State Volleyball Championships live on Central Illinois Sports.
Okay, everyone, let's do this. How about you?
What are your thoughts on today's patient care?
Real busy day, but it was a team effort. And how about you?
Third checkup that your patient talked about her summer concert. How do you stay enthused?
You can't blame her. Those tickets were hard to come by. But her summer wasn't a cruel one. Huh?
Doctor,
next. How about you?
Doctor, it hurts when I do this.
Don't do that.
Hey, the internet says I'm sick. Am I?
I'd get a professional opinion on that.
Over here. Doc, donuts in the break room look like a hit.
Not bad. Definitely better than those bagels. Okay, we have time for one more. Next.
The staff looked focused today. What do you attribute that to?
Well, at Blessing, we're tasked with providing exceptional care, so every visit is like the big game for us. Okay, gotta run.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
We welcome you back here to the Blessing Health System Show. Blessing Health System, serving Northeast Missouri, Southeast Iowa, and West Central Illinois for over 140 years. See all of the services that they have to offer online anytime at blessinghealth.org, based out of Quincy, Illinois. Chillicothe wins in 3. They'll play for the state championship here later today. They won a 7th grade title in 2009. They have finished second 6 other times. They hope to bring home the top prize here tonight as Melody Jackson was able to find her stride on the offensive attack and help lead her team to the trophy game here later today, and that's why she is named our Edward Jones Financial Advisor Player of the Game, brought to you by Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement that our young athletes receive from their coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. And that's why he's a proud sponsor of the Player of the Game here on Central Illinois Sports. Chillicothe will come back at 3:15. Staunton retires to the third place game coming up, scheduled for a first serve at 2 p.m. We will shut this stream down. We will be back on in just a few minutes, and we will get you ready for Downs Tri Valley and Williamsville in what we expect to be a really fun matchup. The winner will take on Chillicothe in the state championship later today. Thank you for watching our first semifinal. We'll hope to have you back here in a few minutes. You're watching it live from Warrensburg-Lathan here on Central Illinois Sports.